Next, we're going to talk about the schedule of classes. So you can find the schedule of classes in one of two ways. Either you can just search Tulane schedule of classes in your web browser, or you can go into Gibson, log in, and go to the Student tab. Once you're in the Student tab, on the left-hand side under Records, you'll find the link to Schedule of Classes. The Schedule of Classes is the tool that we use to sign up for your courses each semester. There are a couple different ways that you can search and find classes, and you can refine those searches based on things like subject area, curriculum requirements, or even days of the week or times. So the first way to search is by course. Every single department at Tulane has a 4-digit course code. So for economics, for example, the course code is ECON or Econ. If I search for Econ in the course box, it's going to show up every single economics course offered. If I want a specific class, I can include the 4-digit class number. So for example, Econ 1010. If we search for Econ 1010, it'll show us all courses for Intro to Microeconomics. So on the top left of the section box, we have a couple numbers. So Econ refers to economics. 1010 refers to the specific class, Intro to Microeconomics. 01 is the section number. That refers to this specific section block or this specific meeting time. Every single Intro to Microecon class is going to be Econ 1010, but only this section block is 1010-01. Looking at the section block, we can get a lot of important information about the class. We can see who the instructor is. We can see that it's an in-person class on our Uptown campus. We can see that it's 3 credit hours. It has a max seat capacity of 190 students. There are currently 169 seats available. And then over to the right, we can see information about which days a week, time, and building it meets in. So M means Monday, T means Tuesday, W means Wednesday, R means Thursday, and F is Friday. So if a class is meeting 3 times a week for 3 credits, it's typically 50 minutes. If a class is meeting twice a week for 3 credits, it's typically 1 hour and 15. So this class meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12:30 to 1:45. If you hover over the BLDG code, it'll tell us which building it's in. So this class takes place in the Richardson building in room 117. So if we wanted to add this class, we would just click add to put it into our cart. Adding it to your cart does not make it official. So your cart is just a holding pen for potential classes as you build a planner. Until you hit that green continue button, you are not registered for the course. Before we get to registration, we're going to look over a couple of different ways that we can search as well. So if you go back to the search tab, you can clear out course. And let's say you didn't know Econ 1010 was the subject and class number for Intro to Microecon. Another way you can search is by the title. So if you knew that it's started with the word micro, you could type in micro and then the word EC. It's going to show you any class that starts with this short grouping of letters. So it also would pull up all the Intro to Microeconomics courses. If you don't know all the information, you can leave parts blank. So if you wanted to see all 3000 level econ classes, you can type in econ and the number 3. It's going to show you anything that's in econ that starts with the 3000 number chain. Other ways to search would be by subject area. So we can look for all classes within anthropology. Or if we want to target a specific NTC core curriculum requirement, we could go by the curriculum requirements options. So we could say that we want to search by textual and historical perspectives. And specifically, we wanted to take a class under philosophy. So this would help us narrow down a good bit. It's going to show us a couple pages of all the philosophy classes that could also cover this requirement. So as you add things to your cart, if everything is good and there are no conflict messages, we can probably sign up for the classes. So what I'm going to show you next is what would happen if there is an error message or a conflict. So right now, if you look at my planner, we are currently planning to take a class at 10 a.m., some classes on Tuesdays at 11, 12:30, 2 o'clock. So if we found a class that didn't match that, it would tell us that there's an error or something wrong. Let's see real quick. So 10 a.m., let's find a class that goes in conflict. So if I try and add this Intro to Psych class to my cart, it's going to tell me that I can't fit it. Because right now on the top, on the right-hand side, you'll see that these 2 classes are in conflict. If you check my planner, you can see which class and in what way they're conflicting. So in order to submit the schedule, we have to delete one of these options. Finally, if you run into any other error messages, make sure to check out the help button at the top right. The help button will actually show us a lot of information about all the different key functions of the schedule of classes, frequently ask questions, and give us even video tutorials of some of the main functions. If this is a class you want to sign up for, the final step we have is to click the green continue button. When you click the green continue button, it takes you to the register add drop page where you can submit your registration. Until you've submitted your course registration, you are not registered for these classes. So if I hit submit registration and submit again, I'm officially registered for these courses. My planner is only reflecting what's in your cart, but your current schedule tab is what you're actually registered with the registrar. So if you make changes to your cart, so if you delete a class, if you add a class, make sure you always click the green continue button and go to the register page, make the changes here as well, and submit that registration. Anytime you make changes, it's a good idea to always check the current schedule tab to make sure that they are properly reflected. Again, if you run into any problems with the schedule of classes, errors you don't understand, check out the help button at the top right, and then you can always reach out to your advisor or the registrar.